Okay, time for one of the most useful things that you can do in Python, or the most useful data structures. It's a dictionary, also sometimes called a map. In Java, you may have worked with hash maps, but the syntax for working with them is a little bit awkward, and so they don't end up feeling as useful as they do in Python. But I want to use dictionaries all the time in Python. So what is it? Let me show you. You can create an empty one this way using curly braces. Square brackets would be for list. This is for dictionary. And then you can store values associated with keys. So that's one piece of information associated with another. And you can use array syntax like this. So I'm going to have the word David associated with an age, 39. And I'm going to have the word Maria associated with an age, 36. And then if you look in people, you can see that we've got these pairs of values, the key and the associated value. Often called key value pairs. So we've got David as 39, Maria as 36. If you already know what you want some of your key value pairs to look like, you can declare an array, you can declare a dictionary using that exact same syntax. So like this, and let's add another one. Let's say Wally is 22. And you can see that that's worked, and if I look at A, we've got 3 entries in, well, it's maybe not clear that there's 3 entries, but if I look at the length, it says the length is 3 because there are 3 separate key value pairs. All right, so once you have stored a bunch of key value pairs in your map, you want to be able to look up the values using the keys. So I would use this type of data structure if I wanted to look up people's ages using their names. So to do this, I would use, again, the array syntax. So I'd say people Maria, and that says 36. So it's looked up the age. It does not work in reverse, so I can't say people 36 and it tells me Maria is there. It's only a one-directional lookup. Something else you might be wondering is what happens if you try and look up a key that's not there. What's up, Phil? And it says, what does it say? It just says key error, which means that Phil is not a key. You can check to see if a particular thing is a key by using the in operator. So I can say, well, let me just do it this way. So I can say Phil in people, and it will return true or false, but Maria in people returns true. And so you'd typically use this in an if statement. So if Maria in people, then I would print people Maria, like that. And it printed 36 because Maria is in people. Let's talk about how you can loop over all of the key value pairs. Here, let's not use the interactive shell. Let's jump over here to this side. Here, let me set it up. Hold on. All right, so here I am declaring a map called A with some values, some key value pairs. Let's iterate over the keys this way. I can say for name in A, because A is the name of my dictionary. So name is going to take on each of the keys in turn. We're going to iterate over the keys. So if I wanted to, I can now print name, and let's look what that looks like. So here it's just printing David, Maria, Wally. If I wanted to, I could also look up the ages. So let's save the ages in their own variables. So I'll say, it's called A now. So when name is equal to David, we're going to use David as the key that we're using to look up the age, and so it will return 39 and save 39 into age. And so now we can print a formatted string where we've got name is that age. And let's go ahead and run that and make sure it does what we expect. Great, David is 39, Maria is 36, Wally is 22. Something to note is we don't have to be consistent with our data types in the map. So it's sometimes convenient to use these to store a whole bunch of information about a single object or about a single entity. So I could define the map David to be, or let's say person. So name is going to be David, but then age is going to be 39. And then, what else is a pertinent fact about me? Coffee level, excuse me. Coffee level is currently about 72 It's not the most caffeinated I've ever been. Great, and so then, here, let's just print out the map itself. Well, it's not going to be exciting because you're just going to see the same list that I used to declare it, but there you go. So we've got a bunch of information. Here, maybe more interesting would be, well, here, let's do this. Let me show you another way of iterating over key value pairs. Here I can have two variables. So person is the name of my map, but rather than saying person, we'd say person.items. And items is a method that's going to return tuples of the key value pairs. And then what I'm doing is I'm assigning the first element of the tuple to key and the second element of the tuple to value. And so now let's go ahead and print key has value, like this, and we'll run it. And now we've got name has the value David, age has the value 39, coffee level has the value 72. So that's yet another way of iterating over key value pairs. All right, maybe that's enough for the moment for your introduction to dictionaries. Come back next time, and I haven't decided what we'll do yet, but there's a lot more interesting features, particularly there's something called a list comprehension, which is an amazing way of constructing lists in Python, which I think is sort of unique to Python. I don't know if I've seen anything like it in other languages. So come back next time. Should be exciting.